Hi guys, and today we are with the Isuzu D Max V-Cross 4x4 and we are putting it through its paces off-road. Now this pickup truck has won the hearts of many off-roaders. A lot of Thar buyers, a lot of Gypsy buyers are now looking at this pickup truck because it is a fairly capable vehicle. Yes, it has a long wheelbase, and when you're off-road, as you can see, you get some very nice articulation angles over here. You want to change your wheel, this is the best place to do it. Anyway, we're going to now take it through a few more obstacles and see how this 2.5 litre D Max V-Cross 4x4 fares off-road. The Isuzu D Max V-Cross comes with a shift-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive system with a low-range transfer case. Shift to low range, first gear, and this V-Cross just crawls down the slopes. The long wheelbase though can make for some dramatic angles on some inclines. Since the center of gravity is pretty low, it is easy to run the V-Cross up an embankment up to 45 degrees as well. Climbing up a sandy trail poses no problem for the V-Cross in 4-wheel drive. It is shod with 16-inch all-terrain tires, but most enthusiasts choose to upgrade these to larger sizes.
So today I spent a day with the Isuzu D Max off-road, and for a person like me who isn't much of an off-road guy, this thing really let me do a lot. Like, it made me go through these rumble strips, we did a bunch of inclines, declines, and a lot of ditches as well. And surprisingly so, it made it so easy, like I wasn't even doing anything, it was all the car. So quite a capable machine this. I could actually consider picking up off-road as a hobby driving this.
The stiff leaf springs at the rear make for a bouncy ride on trail driving. With no weight at the rear, it does offer some fun off-road. The power comes from this 2.5 litre 4-cylinder diesel engine that puts out 134 bhp of power and 320 Nm of torque. This engine is also very mod-friendly, and a basic remap can take it up to 175 bhp and 380 Nm. That's what makes it such a favorite with off-roaders.
So now let's talk about what differentiates this car from most 4-wheel drives out there. It's the cab, it's the rear cab. Now Isuzu has come up with a lot of options for this car, which include like a little spoiler and a little trunk lid. If you want, you could also get a canvas top for this, which is slightly more accessible. Also, the one that you see here, this is an optional from Isuzu. It comes with a bare bone metal plate, which you can see through this particular hole right here. You could go in for this liner, or you could go in for an aftermarket spray-on one. But I personally like this quite a lot. It gives you good utility as well as it's very easy to maintain. It's that plastic, so you can literally like just hose it down and get a clean cab after all.
The steering is a bit heavy. Clutch is light, but has long travel. It has a pretty smooth gearbox. But what's most attractive to off-roaders is the price. 12.5 lakhs ex-showroom.
Why don't you join us and tell us more about your 4-wheel experience? Hop on.
Okay, I wish I can just hop on like that. Whoa, this is huge, man.
Yeah, getting on top of that is a little task.
Which other vehicle can you do this?
You can't. That's the adventure utility part of it, sort of.
It's awesome.
So this is like your backyard, right? You keep coming here with your Scorpio 4-wheel drive, and you've been around here, you've done that. So driving this and driving your car, what do you think? I mean, it's in the same price category. So what are your views about this one particularly?
Okay, frankly, this thing came out only this year. I mean, when I was buying the Scorpio 4-wheel drive, and if this was in the market, I would have seriously been torn between these two, because this is a seriously capable vehicle. I just driven it around. The torque is good, got good low end torque, and it's got a low range gearbox, so it does all the inclines, declines pretty well, except that it's got a pretty long wheelbase, right? So what happens is, on certain obstacles, when you get to the top, it tends to beach in the middle. But again, I know a lot of people who've worked around that. They've got a lift kit. Isuzu supplies these aftermarket parts. You can lift it, you can put bigger wheels, you get more clearance, so that takes care of the longer wheelbase. It is, for all practical purposes, a very nice off-road vehicle.
Absolutely. So as compared to the Scorpio, I'd say this provides a different sort of utility as compared to that car. Yes. So this is for the person who would like to take it out on weekends and like to lug the luggage as well on the weekdays.
Sure.
So it's a very good car that way, right?
Yeah. And I mean, if you're like an agriculturist or a farmer, you can kind of take grass in this for your cows, or you can take your cows in this for the grass. All the same. I mean, there's like so much of space here.
Yeah, so just another curiosity. You remember last month we had the Duster all-wheel drive as well with us, and we did some things with that. So this sort of falls in the price segment of that as well. So
yeah,
any comparison things you have to say about that?
I mean, with the Duster is more of a soft roader because it doesn't have a low range gearbox. It's an all-wheel drive. So that's great for like sand, snow. It does pretty well there. But there are times when you need that additional torque, and this has got that. You know, plus there's so much of modification capability in this. You can personalize your
absolutely,
Isuzu D Max
absolutely.
V-Cross.
And I mean, we trust Isuzu with that. Isuzu has been making pickup trucks world over for a very, very long time, and these guys know what to do. So they've actually got it the right recipe for the Indian market, I see.
Yeah, sure. And I mean, if you're an off-roader, you're not really looking at too much of creature comforts, because I think that's again another slight negative on this car. The rear seat, very upright. So sure, 5 people can sit in this car, but if you're sitting at the back, you're sitting pretty upright, right? So for a long trip, it's not all that great. And it's got leaf spring suspension at the rear. It's a truck.
Exactly.
So when you go over a speed breaker, it goes like wham.
But I mean, traditionally speaking, if you think about it, the advantage of the leaf spring is that it requires zero maintenance.
Exactly.
Like this thing can go over anything and do literally anything without the thing of breaking something.
Load. You can carry a lot of load. So if you load it down, then it's comfortable.
Surprisingly, the load rating on this car is 265 kilos, and what you see here is about 160 right here. So between you and me.
100. Okay, let's not talk weight. Okay. Anyway, so guys, that's the Isuzu D Max V-Cross, and I hope you like this little off-road video that we've just made for you.
Cheers.
Yeah. It's only for pictures, huh? Don't take video.